This is Tin Caps Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Tin Caps on Deck, presented by Hoopy Insurance Services. Getting ready for Game 2 of this 6-game series here on this Wednesday evening. Andy Yako back with you here. The second segment, the pregame interview portion of our pregame show. Brandon Langley, our pregame guest. Brandon, one of the newest members here of this Fort Wayne squad. You joined this team Saturday. When did you find out the news? How did you kind of process everything? And what was it like just getting here to Fort Wayne on Saturday and dressing for the game?
Yeah, I found out Friday after the game. Did all the normal stuff. Called my parents. They were pumped. Got on a flight early Saturday morning. Was up here about an hour before the game and got to enjoy a great walk-off. So, yeah, it was awesome.
You made your debut here in High A on Sunday, and you pitched on Friday out with Lake Elsinore. 2 scoreless innings, 2 hitless innings here at Parkview Field. You punched out 4. How'd you feel on the hill?
Felt great. Feel like I've never really been more prepared for an outing. Went through a lot of ups and downs in Lake East, so kind of was pumped when I got to come up here and kind of just show that made a lot of progress throughout the season. So, yeah, no, felt great on the mound.
In Lake Elsinore, 38 appearances. You led the team out in the Cal League this season in appearances at the time of your promotion over the weekend. Just speak on your experience there and how you feel like it's best prepared you for the opportunity here in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I got to learn a lot about myself as a player. 38 appearances on the year, like you said. A lot of ups and downs throughout the season, so it really just felt like it prepared me to kind of go through any ups and downs here. Know how to get through things, know how to fight through a little bit of adversity that I'm sure I'll get here at some point. So, yeah, overall I just feel like a more well-rounded, more prepared player.
You got to make your High A debut here at Parkview Field. Everyone raves about this place and the environment that it brings, pitching here on a Sunday afternoon. Early impressions of this ballpark and these facilities?
Oh, I love it, man. It's the first time I've played in a stadium like this, and huge stadium, people all around, everyone's loud. I mean, it was a ton of fun.
You grew up in New Glasgow, Prince Edward Island, out in Canada, just over 4,000 people, the population of where you grew up. Just talk to me about you growing up, picking baseball. First of all, I feel like when we talk to people from Canada, it's always hockey. Is hockey your first choice? But picking baseball, sticking with it, and just overall your experience throughout your youth that led you to collegiate baseball.
Yeah, I know my dad grew up. My dad, while I was growing up, was playing professional fast pitch, so I kind of just was following him around to the baseball field all the time. Grew up watching him pitch, so I figured, you know what, I want to do that, be like your dad, obviously. But yeah, kind of always had just a really tight-knit group of friends playing growing up. Just always loved it, kind of played all the travel ball, did all that through the States coming up through high school, and then eventually committed down to college in the States, and everything's worked out well from there.
Your first spot in college, South Carolina Lancaster, out in the JUCO level. How did that all come together? How did you find that place?
It was a conversation with my mom, actually. She basically made me realize all I wanted to do was play baseball, and I didn't want to play in the snow anymore, so I told my travel ball coach at the time, I was like, hey, can we get somewhere where I can be outside all year round? And he was like, took 2 weeks. We got had a phone call with the coach down there, and I think I committed about a week later. So I just knew I wanted to play outside, go to a JUCO. I was going to have a lot of opportunities, and kind of just worked out.
From South Carolina Lancaster, you headed out to West Carolina. What was that process, and what was that journey like?
Had a really great experience at Lancaster. Some really good coaching staff, really a lot of good friends there that we pushed each other to get better. Transferred to Western Carolina after that year. Had a great time, and Coach Beck, Coach White down there are awesome people. Definitely really helped me in my career and believing in me and giving me that big shot to get drafted in the first place.
How do you feel like your time at the collegiate circuit best prepared you for a life in professional baseball?
Yeah, I think just competition-wise, Western and the SoCon, obviously a really good conference, so got to play against a lot of really good players, and then just the coaching staff there. Coach White always pushing us every day, and even Topple there, our strength coach, he was the man, just kind of always pushing us to get better, kind of every day show up with a great attitude to get going.
Your arsenal, the four-seam fastball mixed with that slider and the curveball, just kind of talk me through your sequencing and your pitches.
Yeah, the slider is something I added this offseason. My whole collegiate career, I was just fastball, curveball as a closer in college, so knew I needed a third pitch, something a little bit harder to get guys out here and throw guys off. So, I love attacking with fastball is my best pitch. I know that, and then I put away with anything I want. So, yeah. What's
the X factor of that slider?
I just throwing it hard. Kind of like 86, 87 range for me is really where it needs to be, and it has a lot of bite on it, a lot of movement at the end. So, yeah, it's been really good.
Joining the Padres organization last year, what was that process like?
Undrafted, obviously. Ended up getting a call a couple days after the draft. They got offered my contract and was a no-brainer. I knew I wanted to get into pro ball and just needed an opportunity. So took it right away, loved it. I've had a great time ever since.
A lot of guys talk about that first off season, being a pro ball player, and how you're not in school anymore. You don't have to worry about all of those things. What was this past off season like for you? Did you find that you had a little bit more free time on your hands than you were used to?
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, it was the first time I was home for a winter in like 4 or 5 years. So it was obviously not great to be in Canada for winter time, but it was great to spend a lot of time with my family, something I haven't been able to do since I was probably about a sophomore in high school. So it was great. Just put my head down, went to work, and had a great time.
In turn with that, having your first off season leads to your first spring training. What was camp like for you this year?
Spring training was a ton of fun. I really trusted all the work I did going into the off season, heading into that. Ended up having a really strong spring training, which allowed me to break in Lake Elsinore. So yeah, it was awesome being around all the big leaguers, being around everybody. Family came down. It was a great time.
For the fans that are listening to us the rest of the season, what should they know about you? What type of pitcher are you?
Just a competitor. I know I'm never been the most talented, never threw the hardest, never had the best stuff, but I mean, always go battle man. What you can expect every day.
One more question for you, Brandon. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule here this afternoon. The rest of the season, just a week and a half left. Hard to believe here in the 2026 campaign. What are you looking to hone in on and focus on as you continually get adjusted here to the Midwest League?
Yeah, I think just build off success for my first outing. Punched out 4 in 2 innings, keep guys off my stuff, and just kind of enjoy the experience in high and be ready to come back next year.
Brandon, appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Lineups and first pitch coming up next, right here on the Tin Caps Radio Network.
Podcasts by Federated Media.